Hi, my name is Thomas Garrett. I would like to take this opportunity to outline my research methodology for my master's thesis in technological education. Our goal in education is to develop the holistic learning capacity and individuality of students in school. If a child cannot learn in the way we teach, we must teach in a way the child can learn. Subsequently, we as practitioners must identify and determine the modalities of learning which are most applicable and conducive to our students' education. So why am I conducting this research? I want to explore whether technology teachers can cultivate the visual and kinesthetic learning capacity of the student by altering their learning styles to become more pragmatic problem solvers in design-based technology. The question therefore arises, is there a more beneficial approach in which we can teach technology students that caters for their technique and style in the way they learn? Additionally, can I make the theoretical learner more practically proficient, and/or can I instill theoretical cognition in kinesthetic learners in the woodwork and technical graphics classes? My hypothesis will encourage the pupils to employ practical problem-solving skills which will promote the application of scientific and technological knowledge within technology education. The framework I aim to be using is Herman's whole brain model of learning. This is developed by William Ned Herman. His assistant to measure and describe thinking preferences that students perceive in conjunction with their learning. There are four main quadrants. Quadrant A of the brain looks at logical, analytical, quantitative and rational thinking. Quadrant B resonates with the abilities of planning, organising, focusing on detail and linear thinking. Quadrant D is regarded as responsible for holistic, intuitive and integrated and synthesizing processes, while Quadrant C appears to be the origin of emotions, feeling, interpersonal skills and kinesthetic awareness or abilities. Subsequently, these brain sectors depict the most preferable and coherent path which students can externalise and digest information in a learning environment. According to Herman, who developed the whole brain model, which focused on the development of creativity, cognitive styles are actually determined by brain dominance function. He states that a person's preferred mode of learning correlates strongly with what he or she prefers to learn and how he or she prefers to learn that information being displaced. In essence, Herman's whole brain learning theory will be the framework in which experimental learning strategies will be designed and trialled to determine the effects it has on the learning capability of students in second level education. What is involved in my action research? So, research is about generating new knowledge. Action research creates new knowledge based on inquiries conducted in specific and often practical contexts. As I articulated, I will be using Herman's whole brain model determined to students' modalities of learning, and by employing differential teaching strategies and linking these characteristics to one of Herman's brain quadrants. I'll be using a mixed method approach. This will allow me to gather both qualitative and quantitative data, which will give me a greater understanding of the cognition and subsequent learning styles of my students. A thinking preference leads to a learning style preference and in turn determines the student's most dominant cognitive mode in which he or she communicates and receives information. I will essentially be observing my students throughout their learning within technology subjects such as technographics, woodwork, design communication graphics and construction studies, and also by employing questionnaires to determine the quantitative links to their thinking. Ethical approval has also been granted under the strand of my supervisor by the Ethics Committee at the University of Limerick. All participants shall remain anonymous in this study. In conclusion, I am confident that the suitability and validity of my research will be ascertained to document whether we as technology teachers can cater for the diversification of learning styles within our classrooms.
Created using Powtoon.